All right, so we know that in this market, your buyers have to be pre-approved in order to get their offer accepted by the seller. I think it would be a very odd situation if a seller were to accept a financed offer that didn't have a pre-approval letter. So let's just act like that doesn't even happen. At the same time, how many times do you run into buyers that say, we're gonna wait a little bit longer before we get the pre-approval. I want to find the home first, things like that. And no matter how often we can sit there and say, that's not the process, follow this process, inevitably some buyers, they're gonna miss out on those homes because they weren't ready. And we can kind of take advantage of that when they do miss out on that home. We can take advantage of that to say, look, it didn't work out, let's do it my way now. Right. And what happens though is that's the exact approach agents will try to take, is try to show them, see, oh, you missed out, you missed out, you missed out. But there's a better way to actually walk them through it. Kind of think of it as like a psychological mind trick that's used in consulting, and consult with your buyers and walk them through this exercise once they've missed out on a home. So this is going to be a little bit hard to see. Maybe it might be a little blurry. We'll see how the video comes out. But basically, you're going to walk them through 4 steps. There's a thing called the positive present, the negative present, the negative future, and the positive future. And you're not literally going to draw this out like a used car salesman, right? You're going to just kind of internalize these steps, keep it in your mind, and you're going to walk them through it. So in this exact example, this is how it would work. So I had one of our agents come to me and say, he was about to call all the open house guests and basically tell them, hey, unfortunately, the seller ended up accepting an offer. Essentially, he didn't move quick enough in order to get this done. And so instead of kind of making them feel bad like that, he's going to now walk them through this process. So the positive present, they have already been in that. They were out looking at homes. They were having a great time maybe at the open house. So they're already beyond the positive present. And so now we're going to walk them into the negative present, right? It's like, look, unfortunately, we weren't prepared. You weren't able to get into this home, and that home is now under contract. So unless something happens to that escrow, obviously I'll keep in touch with the agent just in case it does, but the odds of that are a little bit lower. So unless something happens to that escrow, we have to go find you another home, right? And so this is where they're at right now, is that negative present. They're feeling bad about it. But sometimes feeling bad about it now isn't enough to get them to take that next action. And so what we're going to have to do is now kind of shift their thinking into the negative future. Right, so then we're going to start highlighting, we don't want this to happen again. In this exact case, what had happened was someone actually came in, they had an offer deadline. Someone created a strong enough offer that the seller ended up accepting it ahead of the deadline, right? And so this is where he's going to be able to say, look, unfortunately, this could continue to happen. People are out there writing strong offers. We have seen a decrease in the number of offers in the market, but the fewer offers that are there are still very strong. We're going 10 to 30% over asking, right? So you're going to walk them through it. So we went from the negative present of, unfortunately, you didn't get this home, and we're walking them into the negative future of, if things don't change, this is going to continue to happen. And I don't want to see the same thing happen to you that I've seen happen to other buyers, which is that this happens again. And what we've seen in our market is after 6 months, we've seen an actual increase of about 40% in your payment between prices going up and interest rates going up. And I don't want that to happen to you. Right, so that's where we're highlighting the negative future. And then the next step is this one where we're going to walk them into the positive future. That's where you're saying, however, let's take these steps now so next time you're not the one getting the phone call saying, unfortunately, they accepted an offer preemptively or preemptive to the deadline. And instead, you're getting the phone call saying, hey, you're the person that they've actually chosen before the deadline. We were able to put our ducks in a row. We made a strong enough offer that they actually accepted that offer before the deadline, if there was one, or if we were just in the fray with everyone else, we still had a strong enough offer and you're the one that they accepted because we had everything in lined up. We had great communication with the agent. We showed them that you are the ready, willing, motivated, best buyer for them to choose from. So again, we walk them through the 4 steps. In this case, they were already in positive present, or they were already beyond positive present, and we moved them into the negative present. Unfortunately, you didn't get this house. We weren't prepared. And we don't want that to have to happen again, because if it happens again and you're not prepared again, you might be feeling the same way again in the future. So let's get with my team. Let's get you pre-approved. Let's get all our accounts in order and understand the offer writing process ahead of time so that you can be the one, now we're going positive future, right? So that you can be the one that's getting that offer accepted, and the other buyers are the ones that are going to have to get that phone call from their agent. So like I said, it can be kind of complicated. It's one you have to practice a little bit. You're going to have to go through it a few times. You can kind of scribble it down on the side of a notepad. I kind of use, PP, NP, NF, and then I always forget the last one, PF, right? You can have them kind of scribbled down on a note somewhere. So as you're talking to them or while you're on the phone with them, you can walk them through that thing. Like I said, it's used in consulting in all sorts of different areas. It happens to work in real estate as well. If you have any questions about it, reach out to me. Like I said, it could be a little confusing, and I'll run through it with you. Have a great day.